Hello, loves. How are you doing? Taking a moment to breathe in, breathe out what is not needed, breathing in what is needed. Welcome to my channel, Transformational Tantra. I am Divine Celion. I am your love guide. How are you doing? If you are new here, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're coming back, thank you, love family. Thank you, love warriors. I greatly appreciate you. I appreciate you tuning in and listening to me. I wanted to say that I am a divinely gifted love coach and guide, channeler, way medium, and tarot reader, healer. And I'm here to spread the message of love. Teach you what love is, so you know what it is, so you can share with each other. What I say may not resonate with you. That is perfectly fine. It is okay. And I also want to preface it with, I will always be me. Some things I will say you will not agree with. That is okay. But I'm not going to change me. And I'm not going to change my opinion. Because all opinions are valid. And with that, loved ones, let's get into it. So this is going to be a two-part video for a couple of reasons. Manifestation is actually a big topic. And I realized something, and I got a very powerful download today. So I want you to follow me. Okay? So this is going to be our part one. Every person is the center of their own universe. I'm going to say that again. Every person is the center of their own universe. They are the most important thing in their own universe. Okay? Now, what does that mean? You're the center of it. It's your life. No one else can understand it. No one else can live it because it's you and your perception. And you alone. And you alone with the spirit. Now, that means you have people around you that you know and you get to know, right? But the center of that universe is you, because that's your life. And since each one of us has our own little universe that we live in, and we share energies in other universes with other people, uniformly and collectively, and on our own, at the same time. Well, with that, I have come to realize, and I wanted us to explore this a little bit more, see what you think. But the download I got today is I have come to realize that manifestation and how to manifest is highly personal per person. There may be some ground level things that you have to do, that everyone has to do to manifest. But if you look at it, it is personal to each person. That is why people cannot manifest the same. It does have to do with frequencies, wavelength, and amplitude, right? And the level at which you are and you vibrate. However, everyone vibrates differently. What is waiting for everyone is different because we each have different things we want to manifest on the varying vibrational levels. And that's determined actually by what we go through, what we've been through, our experiences. All of that affects our vibrations. And so how you experience something is not going to be the same as how someone else experiences something. See what I'm saying? It's based on your personal experience. So then I realized today, and the download I got today, is that manifesting is highly personal. Highly personal. And I found that so interesting. And I was looking at the basic levels that you got to have to manifest. Now, everyone has these basic, like everyone talks about these basic levels. But I'm more interested in the levels of gratitude, of frequency, amplitude, wavelength, of authenticity, belief, faith, knowing. Those are pieces we don't always talk about. So we're going to break it down a little bit, and we're going to have part 2. So we ain't going to talk about all of it. So let's take gratitude. In order to manifest, you have to have gratitude, yes, for what you're asking for, but not just gratitude for what you're asking for. You have to have gratitude for what you already have, even though you're trying to manifest more. So you have to have gratitude for what you're asking for, that you already have it. You also have to have gratitude, though, for what you already have, and thanking for giving me more, even though I already have that. Gratitude. Gratitude is a very high level frequency. It shows humility. It shows thankfulness. It shows love. Shows lack of ego. It shows selflessness. So the universe in kind says, okay, I like that. Okay? Frequency, amplitude, and wavelength. Everyone vibrates at their own levels, and that is why not everyone can manifest. It is based on your experience, what you go through, what you've been through. Okay? So we're gonna stop. We're gonna look into that for a moment. Hello, y'all. How you doing? This is gonna be, you know what? Probably gonna be a part 2, but it's gonna get all put together. So there you go. All right. We left off with frequency, amplitude, and wavelength, and moving up to the levels to be able to manifest. So let me explain that. I just explained it this way to a client. You manifesting is like you being in an apartment building. Okay. You have to be, in order to get what you need on those levels, you got to climb the stairs to get to those levels. That is what your vibrations are. You have to climb them to get to the levels in which to get the things that's on those particular floors. You don't climb up that ladder or those steps to get to those particular floors, you ain't going to get the gift because you're not on that vibrational level. You understand? So loving you is the catalyst to help you manifest, to help you bring about those emotions and those feelings to be able to manifest. Okay? Now, authenticity. Okay, number 3. If you are not authentic in yourself and you fake as hell, you gonna manifest fake as hell. Trust and believe that. So if your mind says you want something and your 3rd chakra says, not really, I don't really want that, baby, you ain't gonna get it because you don't really want it. You understand what I'm saying? You have to be authentic with yourself if you really want something. You have to tell yourself the truth. You're the number one person you can't lie to. So your checks and balances system, remember I said about your intuition and you have a checks and balances system? Okay, your checks and balances system, that's your intuition. And if you say you want something and something in your spirit doesn't want it, you ain't going to get it because you're conflicted inside. You're not going to get it. You ain't going to get it, y'all. So you have to be authentic with what it is that you want. Okay? When you get clear and you're authentic, you got to put the work in. You can't just expect to give an order and you just sit up there and you don't put the work in. It is listen, manifesting is so personal. There are basic rules, but it is personal to you and your perception and your experience, because everyone experiences their own things, right? With their own lessons. Everyone has their own way of how to deal with it. Everyone has their own way of their takeaways of it. It's all based on you and your experiences because that shapes your perception. Your perception is how you determine how you see the world, good or bad. Okay, positive, negative, whatever. Well, based on your perception, that elicits feelings and your emotional state. If your emotional state is constant anger, constant fear, constant negative space, that's what you're going to manifest, whether you know it or not. This ego mind is what we ask for, but our subconscious is doing its own asking. So your ego really needs to be in sync with your true, authentic self, your spirit. You have your ego mind, you have your subconscious, and you have your spirit. And all of them things will be asking for something. Spirit, of course, wants you back with spirit, right? Ego mind is our material. What feeds us, what we need, what we want, right? But your subconscious, that's your real authentic self. So if your ego is saying, I want this, but your subconscious is saying, I don't want that. Yeah, that ego mind may be saying, I don't want that. Sometimes that's the reason why you ain't manifesting either, because you're not even in alignment with wanting that. Okay, many different things. Belief, number 4. All right, y'all. Let me give you this tidbit of information about that. Okay, now you know in the good book, they say to have belief, claim like you already have it. Do you know why they say that? Okay, make this question. Have you ever gone up to a kid, you say, hey, I tell you what, kid in your family, and you say, I tell you what, I'm going to give you a choice, ice cream or broccoli. And kids going to be like, give me that ice cream. What's that ice cream? And then they say, what flavor? Booger flavor. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Give me the broccoli. Right? Okay. We give them a choice. You have a choice. Remember, your life is laid out for you, but you are also making the choices and how you walk the path. What experiences you have to learn based on your perception, what you're doing. Well, if you give a choice, then you've presented an alternative. Excuse me. But if you say this is what I want, and that's the only alternative you give, there's no but, there's no or, there's no maybe and, but there's no if this then this. You have to put in your spirit no other alternative but to have what you ask for. So where does that come from? That's your faith and your belief. I want such and such and such and such. I'm going to have it. Now they tell you, say, I have it, right? And believe the lie. I'm not going to say that because your mind and your spirit knows you don't have it. However, I have seen where people prepare for it like they have it. Not lying to themselves, because I don't do that fake it till you make it. Not lying to yourself, but more of a knowing, a pretending, what does it feel like when I have it? This is what it feels like. And then sitting in that space of what it feels like to have it. That's not pretending. That's a visualization. It's pretending, but you're not necessarily lying. You're saying to yourself, let's see what it feels like to have it. What space would I be in if I really, really had it? That's a visualization. That's not faking it till you make it. That's different. Faking it till you make it is, okay, I got it, and you ain't got it, and you ain't seeing it, and then you wane over time, right? No. We're talking about visualizing you with it, how you act with it, how you move with it, and then you let it go. But in your spirit, it's cool. It's cool. I know. I know it's already in my wheelhouse. Now, what happens when you don't? Say, you do all that. And you don't manifest it. What happens? Well, a couple of things. You may not have really wanted it. That could be one thing. Another thing is, though, and this is where we come into divine timing. Baby, I wanted to talk on that. I want to ask this question. Honestly. This is going to throw you for a loop. Honestly. Here's the question. Who says divine timing is not your timing? Who says the divine timing? Because everyone talks about how divine timing is the one that makes us wait. And I don't think so. That's the download I got. Divine timing is not what makes you wait. You know what makes you wait? You haven't finished learning what you needed to learn to receive what it is you're asking to receive. You're not finished. There's other lessons you got to get before you get that. For whatever reason. Could be because so you can actually hold on to it. Could be because so you know what to do with whatever it is that you're asking for. Could be because whatever you asking for is out of your league and you need to move some levels. Remember, people, there's other people involved in this world and that have to be removed before you can have something or something can come to you. There's a lot of moving parts. So you can't expect things to just come to you like that, like it's supposed to just show up, especially when there's other moving parts of people, especially when you asking for somebody and you trying to deal with the will of somebody else. No, it doesn't mean it's divine timing. Sometimes it is, but most of the time it's your time because it's dependent. Let me tell you something. Divine timing is dependent upon your ability to learn the love lesson. Sometimes what you asking for is based on a lesson and a catalyst that hasn't come into your life yet for you to learn the lesson that you're supposed to learn. Because you might have said, nope, not yet. That was your timing. Or you might have said, I ain't ready for all that. Listen, what did I tell y'all? Listen to what you say. Listen to what you think. We be thinking, we be saying stuff and it don't mean nothing. No, speaking is spelling. Yes, it does. Listen to what you think and say. Did you say, you know what? I really don't want X, Y, and Z. But that X, Y, and Z would lead to something else that's leading to what you asked for. That's not divine timing holding your ass up. That's you holding your ass up. And I know because I'm a proponent of this. I had to sit back and really look at my life and be like, why am I not bringing into my life what I need to bring in? Because I would always say no to the lesson. I didn't want to deal with it. I am so famous. I ain't doing that. Right? But guess what? Just because you say you ain't doing it don't mean the lesson go away. Because the spirit needs you to do that lesson to get it. Oh, baby, you going to do that lesson. Whether in your timing or its timing. But you going to do that lesson. Irregardless. Because you asked for what you asked for. So if it's going to deliver it to you, don't ask if you don't want. And so people be like, well, I didn't know Wawa was involved. You weren't supposed to know. You were supposed to be ready. Most of us ain't ready for what it's trying to give. So it has to prepare us to be ready for what we can receive. So we get mad because we forget. We done said something. We done thought something. We done said, no, I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to worry about that. I ain't going to. Spirit says, oh, you ain't? Okay. We on your time. I'm forever. We on your time. Just sit there. And then, excuse me, we get mad because it won't say nothing. You've already said. They would be like, wait, how come we can't do what's going on? You ain't saying nothing to me. You ain't. Did you overshadow what Spirit was trying to tell you? Or are you even listening? Are you even seeing the trend that Spirit's trying to show you? Are you even seeing it? No. So, be mindful of what you say. You ask, you're supposed to receive, right? You forget you play a part in that receiving. You play a part in that receiving. A big one. And it's all based on what you do if you'll receive. How you see it, how you perceive it, how your energy is about it, if you believe in it or not. If all of your parts are together to believe it. It's all dependent upon you. So divine timing, yeah, there's divine timing, but it's really based on you and your ability to move within the lesson. And that's why people will stay karmic. because they don't want to do the manifestation work. They don't want to do the work, period, because it hurts too much. I understand. But how bad do you want to know and love you? That's how you manifest. Because when you love and know you, you get an understanding. Let me explain something to you. There are like 3 levels. 3 levels. Basic is language. That's what God gave man. Basic thing was language. Being able to understand. Being able to speak. Language. It's about to trip you out, y'all. Then Satan gave knowledge. What kind of knowledge though? Your intuition. That knowledge. The ability to feel. If you think about it, and you think about the knowledge of the gods or the spirit realm, it's the ability to know without knowing. That's your intuition. Not your mental knowledge. Your intuition. That's your knowing without knowing. So God gave you language. Satan gave knowledge. Right? But the reason why the world is the way it is right now, because we're walking around with language, knowledge, no understanding. Everyone is understanding it the way that they understand it because it's based on their perception. Right? So what gives us that universal understanding? Universal understanding, y'all. What gives you that? Love. Gives you universal understanding. How divine? How does love give you universal? Easy. Because when you know you and you really see you, who you are, your energy, then you start seeing other people engaging their energy, seeing that their energy, but also when you see the beauty in you, you also understand the potential and the beauty in other people. They may not be there. Okay. And they may show us they're ugly every damn day. But that does not make them less beautiful. That just means they haven't seen it. They haven't manifested for them to see it in themselves. They're not on that level yet. They have to get to that level. Don't do no good if we tell them. Okay. So language, knowledge, love gives you the understanding to get to compassion, the divine higher self. That's what love does. That's why love brings you the lessons in your life. They're love lessons for you to get out of those karmic states, for you to raise higher in that divine state to enlightenment, which is your compassionate state, to know, to have understanding of the knowing and of the language being spoken, many different ways to understand it. Understanding of the knowing without knowing. Understanding why you can, why you do, why you feel what you feel, why you hear what you hear, why you're clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, clairolfactory, all of that. Why? The understanding of why and how you need to use it to serve humanity. Interesting. Knowing and understanding and love. Understanding and love leads you to the universal conscious love. The all love. Peace. When you're in that state and your love is flowing from you to another, it is a link. You ain't got to be soulmates. You ain't got to be twin flames. It's a link. It is automatic. It's a connection. Then you form another with another, and you form another with another, and you form another with another. When you're on that frequency. when you're on certain frequencies, you can manifest massive things, but you cannot manifest massive good things in a negative state. Can't. So, you have to be in a state of at least love to manifest. Okay? So, I wanted to go over that with you. This is different from other people, what they say about manifesting. I know. And it's a different perspective in looking at it. And it's another thing that I teach in the mini course on how for karmics to go start moving into their love state. Stop being angry and pissed off and just do the damn work to get to your divine state. Divines, do your work to get to your higher self state. Do your work. I have a program for that. So, but I wanted to share the download that I was getting because it was so profound. It was funny. It's like Spirit had me create the program, but I was like, where's the key missing piece? I'm missing something. Come on now, give me what I'm missing. And he gave me what I was missing. Right on time. But I couldn't get received it sooner because of my own scripts was going on. I'm sitting here trying to think what it wants me to do, when all I had to do was just sit here and get it. I had to be ready on the frequency I'm supposed to be, my wavelength and my amplitude and my frequency to receive it. I had to be ready. Wasn't ready yet. Too angry, as usual. So, I just want to share that with y'all. I appreciate you each and every time you tune in, you join me. I am so grateful to you. Thank you so much for joining. Please like and subscribe. Please share it. If you feel anyone could use it, please share it. And just keep going. Keep going. Don't give up. I know it's hard. Don't give up. Y'all got this. All right. Love y'all.